That's crossing the line.
Alright, so before I start this video, let me tell you that this zombie tiger was the best part of this movie, and nothing can change my mind about that. This freaking zombie tiger was the best, oh my god. Alright, so now that I have acknowledged the zombie tiger, let's roll the intro. So today we are going to talk about The Army of the Dead by Zack Snyder. This movie came out yesterday. So yeah, let's talk about this movie. So as you can probably see from the little clip I left in the beginning of the video, this is a zombie movie. So most of the zombie movies that come out from Hollywood are not that great, to be honest. But this one's different. So let me tell you why is it different from other cliche zombie movies. So there are 2 points that makes this movie different than other so-called cliche zombie movies, and those are the plot and the action scenes. So we will go over them one by one, but first let's talk about the plot. So the first thing that makes this movie unique is that, not like the other movies where the zombies are very slow and they are the dumbest as a creature can be, but in this movie the zombies are very fast, they run like hell, and they are very intelligent, even more so than the humans, which makes this movie pretty unique in my opinion, because I have never seen smart zombies and I have seen a lot of zombie movies. So Zack Snyder is the director of this movie, and you can really feel that this is a Zack Snyder movie because of the shots, the slow motion scenes, the action scenes, the brutal action, and the amazing soundtrack, and the way the story develops slowly, part by part. You can really see that this is a Zack Snyder movie. So talking about the plot, this is just like a heist movie with very brutal action and zombies in it. So there are a whole lot of characters in this movie, and I'm not going to talk about each one of them, but I'm going to talk about Dave Bautista, who is the main lead in this movie. Not gonna lie, Dave Bautista's performance in this movie is very good. He really brings a lot of emotional anchorage to the movie, which is very much needed. So without giving any major spoilers, all I can say about the story is that the movie starts out and we see that a zombie gets loose in Las Vegas and he infects a whole lot of people, and one day Las Vegas is not inhabitable anymore. So all of the humans are evacuated from the city, and now the zombies rule the city. So one day this Asian rich guy, I forgot his name, comes to Dave Bautista's character and tells him that there is a building inside Las Vegas with $50 million inside a safe, and he wants him to make a team and get inside the city and get the money out of there, and he can keep a portion of it for himself if he does the job successfully. And after a little bit of hesitation, Dave Bautista's character takes up the offer and he prepares a team and they go inside the city to retrieve the money. That is everything that I can say about the story without giving any major spoilers. Again, I'm saying that. And I gotta say, the plot of this movie is pretty strong. It takes a little bit of time in the beginning of the movie to set up the characters and the story. It is not rushed. The movie is 2.5 hours long. Trademark Zack Snyder, obviously. So yeah, it is not rushed. So we get a lot of time with the characters individually. Also, there are a lot of twists and turns in the plot. A whole lot of characters die because it's a zombie movie, and it is done very beautifully because you cannot anticipate it. It just happens like boom and he's dead. and I liked it the most in this movie. That excitement, you are sitting on the edge of your seat to see what happens next. Also, the human characters in this movie are very interesting. You really enjoy when the story spends time with the individual characters because they are very interesting to watch. And also, I forgot to mention our Indian actress Huma Qureshi is in this film. Her part is not that huge, but it is pretty important to the plot, and it drives the plot forward, and it does bring some emotional aspect to the movie. So I really enjoyed her part in the film. The action in this movie was incredible, and you do expect that from a Zack Snyder movie because he never holds back in action scenes and he gives it everything he's got. So overall, the fight scenes in this movie is very seamless and it looks very smooth. The action scenes are not very choppy. They seem like they are taken on a single shot, and that is why they look more beautiful. I also don't have any complaints regarding the CGI of this movie because it is up to the mark and it does the job, is what I am trying to say. Another huge point of this movie is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is amazing, and you do again expect it from the Zack Snyder movies because he always brings in a amazing soundtrack with his films, and this one is no exception. Its share of flaws, just like the plot is not 100% perfect, there are some plot holes here and there, just like some things happen out of nowhere, like sometimes the zombies are very strong and even groups of people cannot fight them with heavy machine guns, but sometimes they are very slow and even one person can take on a whole group of zombies. But that is, I think, a very negligible flaw. But other than that, the overall movie is pretty neat. And another thing that I do have to mention about this movie, that this movie is extremely violent, especially in the fight scenes, and I would not recommend you to watch this with kids because the violence is very graphic and there is a lot of blood and gore, and it is not recommended for people under the age of 15 or 16. So yeah, overall I just want to say is that this movie has a pretty strong plot, the acting is good, the action scenes are incredible, so I don't see any reasons for you to not watch the film. I personally really enjoyed it and I'm sure you will too. So I would really recommend you this movie, and if you have time, do check this out. So yeah guys, this is my review of Army of the Dead by Zack Snyder. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, and if you have already seen the movie, let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. I would really like to know your thoughts on this movie. And just so you know, this movie is available on Netflix and you can watch it on both Hindi and English. The Hindi dub is pretty good, I have checked it out, so you have no worries and you can check it out whenever you want. And yeah, before I go, please do not forget to follow me on the social media linked in the description below, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Take care of yourself and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.